Hi, everyone. I'm Rob McKinney. We're here at Duquesne University UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse Q&A session with our Elite Eight teams. With us right now is the University of Northwestern St. Paul, UNW, and joining us today is Coach Beth Wilmeth, and then we have Kate, Marylyn, and Abby with us as well. So, Coach, we'll go ahead and start with you. So the success of Northwestern Volleyball as a program during your tenure has been evident and has been great. So your program has won 12 consecutive conference championships, 10 of the last 11 conference tournament championships. In 2015 and 2017, your Eagles made it to the NCAA regional final, and in 2016, your team upset number 1 Cal Lutheran in the regional final and made it all the way to the Final Four. So setting aside all of that, what goals does this program have beyond the scoreboard, and what impact does your program strive for?
Yeah. Well, my coaching philosophy is 10 words. It's who we become is more important than what we achieve. And as a program, we talk about our bigger purpose is to make an eternal impact. I mean, this has been such a fun week, and these will be great memories. But ultimately, we think there's just so much more to life than volleyball. And we hope that teams who compete against us and fans who watch us play and anyone really who interacts with our team sees our joy and that there's just something bigger that we're playing for than just the outcome on the scoreboard.
So, Kate, you're a fourth-year senior in this program. This program has had a lot of success with you obviously being a part of it. So this year, 33-2, you're a captain. Great so far. Obviously, you've reached this point. A lot to look forward to, some games coming up, hopefully games, right? So how do you get the job done, and what have you learned as you've kind of grown into this leadership role?
Oh, my goodness. I've learned a lot about leadership and what it looks like. I think I had a different perspective of what it looks like to lead a team, and I've come to realize that it's more about how we serve one another and the humility that we must take up to become a leader. And this program has developed me in so many more ways than on the court. And I think we could all say that. That volleyball has impacted us in ways of who we are as people, who we are as women of faith, and just who we are in the community. And I think this program, it develops us to go out into the world ready in those areas, and also more developed players on the court.
Well, that's a great response. So, Marylyn, let's talk about this season as a whole. You know, obviously with the success that you've had, you had the 2 losses, but looking back, you've had a lot of success in recent memory as well. So, how do you maintain that level of success in order to keep going forward in this tournament?
I mean, I think having the ability to look back and see how well we have done and looking at ways that we could also improve on those places that we didn't do super well. And I think we've been able to have that recovery system just click super well this year. And I do believe that's how we are able to bounce back and just keep moving forward. I think also, though, that we have the same mindset as everybody on the team. So we are able to achieve that one goal, just keep moving one step after the other. To be successful for our team. So, yeah.
So, Abby, last year the AVCA named you the National Freshman of the Year for all of Division III women's volleyball. So, congratulations. That's awesome. So, how did this program help you grow to that immediate success now playing at the collegiate level?
Well, first off, it was such an honor to get that last year, but it definitely starts with the team around me, and it was just, I don't know, it was crazy. I feel like I don't really remember a lot of last year, but again, we had Sydney Schwitters as the setter, and I give her so much credit for it. She gave me quite literally the perfect ball almost every time, and so, yeah, it was definitely a team effort for that one.
So, Coach, they're talking about a team effort. It seems like they have great camaraderie. What makes this team successful? Is it those relationships that they have with one another and with you?
Yeah, I think Marylyn talked about just having the same mindset and the same focus on having a bigger picture. I think to this team especially, we've been talking about just playing free and focused, and they've done such a good job of not necessarily being nervous about the opponent across the net, but at the same time taking them seriously and just playing with freedom and competitive joy, balancing both of those things together, this grit and determination, but also this just like loose, carefree joy about them, which has been really special for this particular team.
So it seems like you're enjoying it. You're all enjoying it. It seems like from my notes here that your fan base enjoys it as well. So it seems like you have some pretty good support. So Kate, talk about the support system that you have around you.
It's incredible. If you saw any of the videos from the regional final, you saw our fans storm the court. And I think it just really speaks to the community outside of games. And that might be my favorite part is when classmates and professors ask me about volleyball, and I'm able to share about the team, but it just is just a little spark of connection between people at Northwestern that creates such a good community, which then translates to game day, and we're able to celebrate together, and then we support the other teams and their seasons as well.
Yeah, there's nothing better than when your fan base storms the court. That's a really cool feeling. Yeah. So Marylyn, what's the legacy that you want this team to leave behind? And then twofold, what's the legacy that you want to leave behind?
I mean, I feel like as a team, we do want to show other teams and people how we interact with each other, both on and off the court, and how we do interact with others that we've never met before. I don't know if you know this, but we did go to Texas last year, and we were able to play teams that we've never played before. And I think that showing how we act around each other, they can see, like, oh, like, why do you guys, like, do all these different things and such like that. So I think being able to leave that impact on other people, I think that has been pretty cool. And there's been people that have emailed us about just stories that, like, they would talk to one of our girls, or there was an interaction that they saw happening and stuff, and they've just been saying, oh, we've never seen anybody, like, do that before. And we're like, well, yeah, that's just who we are. That's how we act and such. So I think that's kind of the impact that our team wants to leave. And just me individually as a player, I don't know. I mean, just basically obviously what the team has been doing, I think that's just basically it. And then just knowing that I have worked my hardest to help the team succeed. I think that's something that I've always wanted to leave behind. So,
well, that's awesome. Well, I mean, we're going to touch on it in a little bit, just about what you do in the community and how it seems like you're so easy to root for. You know, it's just like you just do so much good around you, and it seems like, you know, your community is really rallying behind you. So on that note, kind of, you know, I want to read this one verbatim because it's about sportsmanship. So sportsmanship and competing with integrity are tenets the NCAA holds in high value. All of the schools do. But it seems like there's something special with you all. So Northwestern Volleyball takes competitive integrity to an even higher level by having an honor call policy. So how does that honor call policy work, and why does your program do this, Abby?
So one of our core covenants is integrity, and so I think it's just such a visible way that we can show our faith through the way that we play. And so basically, if you touch it and the ref doesn't call it, you just go up and just tell them that you touched it, which some people ask, like, how do you do that? Or in the heat of the moment, like, isn't it hard? And I'd say it's like one of the easiest things that I've done, just because it just puts aside volleyball, and again, just like makes our faith evident through everything that we do. And so I personally love them, and I think it's a really cool thing to see, like, people react to them and, like, get emails and be like, I saw this and this, like, really impacted me. And so it just shows the bigger impact that our program has.
And I'm sure that it allows your ability, especially with that faith structure as well, to accept those losses as they come as well. You're able to kind of turn those into a positive and to move forward, which is why there's so few of them, just two. So Coach, there was one thing that I wanted to bring up, and I was really excited to ask you about this. So for a few years now, your program has run a season-long charity fundraiser called Aces for Joy. So what is Aces for Joy, for those who may not know, and what does that mean to your program?
Yeah. So one of our alums, Catherine Pals, was on her way to the mission field with her family. She had 3 little kids, her and her husband, and they were actually rear-ended by a semi-truck on their way for missions training, and their whole family passed away in that accident. And we're really close, with the Pals family, and they're really special to us. And so we wanted to do something to help their foundation, and their foundation supports young missionary families just like that serve across the world, trying to bring hope and joy into people's lives, the joy of knowing Jesus and not just living this pointless life. And so We have a lot of parents and grandparents and people that signed up for $1 an ace that we serve during the season. So every ace, I think, raises $55. Right now we have 55 people that support us. So I think we just crossed the $10,000 mark this season. We've been doing it for 3 seasons. And then that money goes directly to families that are hopefully going to places like Japan or different parts of the world that just need some light and some hope.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we're so thankful that you do that, and I'm sure your community is as well, and all those that are impacted by that. So last question I have, anybody can take this. So I think this is kind of just a kind of a unique way to wrap it up. So you have a lot of young women or girls that are watching this that have questions. Do I want to play at the next level? Do I want to balance my academics with my athletics? Or even in your case with that faith structure, and just kind of figuring out their path in life. What would be your recommendation to those young women that are considering maybe playing at the next level? Anyone can take it.
I have an answer for this. When I was kind of processing the last 4 years, coming up, I know this is the last week of my senior season, and just trying to soak it all in. Thinking back to my freshman year and advice others gave me to just dive all in. Go all in. On our team, we talk about buy-in. What does it look like when you get here and you decide whether you're conscious of it or not, how much you're going to pour into the team. And I think that's something really special about our team this year is that there's 100% buy-in. But to those who are maybe on the fence, it's worth it. It's worth the growth and the struggle to learn about who you are and to grow character traits like humility and selflessness, but it's worth it because of the relationships that come out of it, because of the joy that you get from it, the memories that you get to look back on, and these hugs that I don't want to let go of, just knowing that it's about to come to a sweet ending, but just that it's all worth it, and a lot comes from it.
Well, that's a great way to end it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so that's all we have here. Again, welcome to Pittsburgh, and good luck the rest of the way. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.